But yeah, I guess just to get started, what let me double check. Did you? I don't think you had any initial notes or goals. So what kind of are you looking for?
Yeah, it's kind of broad spectrum, really. Just
No
kind of looking
worries.
for tips, I guess.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
been wondering, like, kind of who I should play as my main as of lately.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been really liking playing Duck Hunt. I'm probably a
Okay.
little
All right.
better with Pikachu.
Is Pikachu who you've been playing before that more?
Yeah, I mean, throughout most matches, I've been playing since 64.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think I kind of want to stick with Duck Hunt for a while and just see it through.
That's fair. No, and I think that's the most important thing is playing a character that really just vibes with you, and if that's Duck Hunt,
Yeah.
that's the important thing. Um. Yeah. So whenever you get in here, we can get some games going. So I do play Olimar primarily as my main. He's obviously very niche in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I don't mind going a more traditional character at least to start and just kind of feel out so you're not caught off guard by the more specific attributes of him.
Yeah.
And then I can try and point out, some stuff as I'm going. I'm definitely not a duck hunt specialist, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, you need to do this with duck hunt, this with duck hunt, per se.
Yeah.
But I'll give more general, like you were saying, general tips and things like that, and try and kind of hold you accountable in those ways.
Okay.
Do you have any other specific questions or anything you were kind of wanting to talk about initially, or did you just want to get into some games and kind of feel it out from there?
Basically, I'm so like I've played Melee far longer than any other Smash, so I am so accustomed to using the C stick for quick smashes.
Yeah.
I know everyone uses it for tilt.
I'm a Smash stick
most
user.
people. Really? Okay.
I play Olimar.
I like. All right. Okay. Awesome. So I don't need to worry about that too much.
Yeah, and it's a preference thing. I think there are some characters where it might be more beneficial to use it.
Yeah.
But it's very much a comfort thing. I know plenty of pro players were default Smash setup users, so they'd have tap jump on, they'd have Smash stick on, and I fall into that category pretty much. I am a Smash stick, a tap jumper. So, I mean, like you said, you play Melee a lot, so you can't change your controls, and that's so you're used to that. So, if you feel like Smash stick is just that much of a comfort thing, that's fine. If you want to commit to learning tilt stick, you might have to take a hit for a bit while you readjust. Yeah. But I would imagine with Duck Hunt, you're probably using your tilts more, so that's kind of you have to gauge the reward. I don't know if you saw, but I did post the room info in the Discord chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
But I think it really is a comfort thing. I actually changed up the only controls I have changed up on my Ace Pro controller are buttons so that I don't accidentally fat finger things. Like I took my taunt and put it shield, because sometimes I clip my D-pad and I have like Y set to attack so I don't accidentally jump with that. So it's definitely fine to use Smash Stick if that's really
okay.
Oh, I gotta remake the room. It just shut down.
Oh, is that? Oh shit.
Sorry. No, you're good. You're good.
This is a Discord server, right?
What's up?
Is a Discord server or?
I posted no. I posted the room info for Smash.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were switching up the call. Okay.
No. There's the room info in the past.
I gotcha.
So, did you just recently swap over to Ultimate from Melee, or what's the general timeline with that for you?
No, I played all the Smashes. I definitely became far more casual after Melee with Brawl. I wasn't too big of a fan of it, but it was still fun to play with like buddies and stuff. So
I gotcha.
Same with Smash 4, and only recently having actually been playing online, like the Smash modes. I'm getting into it more. So
okay. So have you ever done tournaments or anything competitive like that, or has it just kind of been like
yeah, nothing like that. Just
No worries.
Casual, competitive casual, I guess.
I get that to a T. That's how I was growing up. It was like, yeah, I don't go to tournaments, but like I'll whoop anyone on the block.
Yeah, I want to beat my friends up a little bit.
No, I feel that, and I'll definitely help to, even if you don't walk away here being like, I want to go to a tournament, I'll be like, hopefully teach you some mechanics and stuff that give you a good understanding of the game. So I assume, funny enough, because you say you play Melee, I assume you know how DI works.
Yep.
Okay.
Just perpendicular to the launch pattern,
Perpendicular.
right?
Yes. All right. Now, do you know how LSI works?
Not familiar.
All right. So LSI is a mechanic they put in Smash 4, carried on to Ultimate. It is something you're going to do in conjunction with DI, and essentially, is what it is. It's called Launch Speed Influencer. And so, you know how like with DI, like you say, you hold perpendicular. So if I forward smashed you with like Marth, you would hold out and up to go to the blast zone, right?
Yeah.
So the LSI is you can input opposing forces to counteract that. So if I hit you to the right, you're gonna hold to the left, and that's gonna input an opposite force to cut down on the overall knockback. So
Okay.
if I Marth F smashed you, instead of holding up into the right to go up, you would hold in into the right, or sorry, in and up. And that's going to go opposing force holding in, and then also up to angle it up, and then you get the best of both worlds. So it's pretty much the opposing force. And even in some cases, you can do like LSI out. Like you could hold out if you're a low percent, you want to try and get out of a combo faster.
Okay.
The big thing that's different about that, though, is you can't do it vertically from like I think it's like a 30-degree range above and below. It's like a cone almost. So it's primarily a horizontal and a diagonal horizontal thing where you're going to input that opposing force, but the DI will still apply to every hit like normal.
Okay, I've actually never watched any like guides on this or anything. That's definitely something I need to
Yeah. I
practice
figure
and check
when you
out.
said melee, I was like, okay, let's just throw that out there real quick because I originally I played Smash all my life growing up, and I got into Brawl competitively, and Brawl was like melee, traditional DI, and then Smash 4 I learned about the LSI as it came in, and it's a unique mechanic, and it's definitely worth knowing because it makes a big difference.
All right.
But yeah, we'll get into it. I'll try and give some advice. Duck Hunt, bit of a niche character, but I think you can still do some cool stuff with him. So I have the random stage set to just like the legal stages they do at tournaments and stuff.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Woo.
Yeah, she hits rather hard. Oh no, the final hit. Yeah, you gotta watch out. It's like snake grenade.
Can't land that frisbee.
It's weird. It takes a second before you can detonate it.
Yeah.
I got a friend that plays duck hunt, and I remember when I was playing around with him, I was like, "Why does this move feel so clunky?" It's like, you gotta wait a second before you can detonate it. Oh wow, nice.
Nope.
So even off that first game, a couple things to note. So can is kind of like the neutral B for him. It's kind of like a go-to. It's like a supplemental option, right? Like you keep it out to do a lot for you. It's a great combo breaker. It is generated frame 1 actually. So like let's say I'm comboing you, but the combo's not like perfectly frame tight. There are times where you could press that and then we'll trade and I'll get hit by it, you'll get hit by it, and we'll get knocked back where you wouldn't even be able to air dodge. So that's something cool to do that you find yourself getting comboed a lot. But you can actually also hit it while you're doing things. So like let's say we're fighting and you grab me. Like if you grab onto me and then you hit B, it's going to shoot the can. So you can like set up combos like that, or if I'm hitting you, you can move it. Same thing with your recovery, although that's a little scary because you might accidentally side B or something. I definitely notice you roll a lot too. Don't be afraid to maybe hold shield or use regular movement. You don't want to rely too much off that. Obviously, if your friends are really bad at punishing rolls, go to town. But it's something to keep in mind, so you're kind of becoming more confident in your own movement, and then you're using that as more of a backup option in a sense. Because rolls are definitely strong, but you don't want to rely too heavily.
I feel I definitely have that habit now that you mentioned it.
And
it's
totally fine too, because it's such an instinctual thing to do, and even some of the best players in this game will roll. Actually, all of them will. I don't want to say don't ever roll, but rolls stale in this game. Like regular moves. So if you do them over and over, they're actually going to get less you're going to get more vulnerable each time. So you don't want to rely too heavily off of them. Also, I'm not sure if you are aware, but you can air dodge out of your up B.
Air dodge what?
You can air dodge out of your up B if you weren't aware.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Not sure how long you've been playing him.
I think I got about maybe just under 300 hours right now on Ultimate.
And Duck Hunt is, I don't want to say primarily, but really is like a defensive kind of walling character at the end of the day. So you might have to kind of. Are you comfortable with playing like that type of gameplay? Not always. Like you can definitely go in, but you might lean more towards a more defensive kid.
Yeah, so I'm zoning a little bit more.
Yeah. Like, you're not like a Roy where you're in someone's face.
Yeah. What's the mechanic called when you're actually, like, just kind of just running and dashing back in?
Wait, say that one more time?
Instead of rolling, like, if I'm just running towards and then fainting away. What's that called again?
Dash dancing?
Is that okay?
So it's there's dash dancing in the melee sense where you're really like it's not as good in this game. Foxtrotting is more what you do, where you dash, because like there's different phases of your dash. There's the initial dash where you can't do anything until you're done, right?
Yeah.
You see that, and then there's an actual run where you can do anything out of a run. In Ultimate, you can do anything out of it. But that initial dash is where you don't, because you don't want to get caught in that, and that's what this is. Like I can't shield there. Like that's me and my. So you kind of watch out how you do that. Because if you just do that, you're just going to get caught, so you need to be careful about what you're doing with it.
Okay, alright. Woo!
Caught him.
I definitely need to tilt more with Duck Hunt.
Yeah, his aerials are pretty solid. Oh, what? His aerials are pretty solid too. His neutral area is that sex kick that lingers forever, just
Mm.
kind of stays there. Um, I know he's got some, I think, down throw combos, like down throw forward air and stuff. His up air is pretty good poking tool as well with that multi hits. So, when you said you play Pikachu, do you also play Pikachu in Ultimate as well, and you've just kind of been transitioning to Duck Hunt?
I'm sorry, my game volume's really loud.
No, you're good. You're good.
There's justice here.
Yeah, I was saying, you said you would play Pikachu as well. Is that like also an Ultimate, or was that another game, and you kind of just recently transitioned to Duck Hunt, or what is it?
So I was playing him again. I barely count it because I played Brawl so little.
Yeah.
But I made him in Brawl, and
In Smash 4?
I didn't really have a main in Smash 4. I would play
Okay.
Pikachu, Cloud, and
Okay.
um,
Let's swap characters real quick.
and Didi. I would kind of alternate between the three of them just for fun.
No worries, man.
But I put a little bit of time into Pikachu on Ultimate so far.
Okay, but it's been mainly the Duck Hunt.
Yeah, he's just more fun essentially to me.
I mean, no, I
I
feel
like-
it, dude. I'm the same way with Olimar for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I like.
Yeah, I was watching some of your games on YouTube. I was like, Jesus Christ, it's so insane.
Yeah, he's
I'm like, I didn't think he was capable of anything. I'm like,
he's
wow, okay.
all the power of
Underestimated
the
the
heavy
Olimar.
in a small package. Hits like a truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely feel that he's that character for me too. Where I'm just like, man, this is so fun. Let me get some a little bit more speedy, but also not as destructive on the hits.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you're making that work. Right?
Yeah, nope. Whew. Whew. Whoop, nope, didn't mean to do that.
Oh no, I saved you.
You almost made it. All right.
Couple things I'm noticing as well. So that side B, that clay pigeon,
Mm.
you can combo off it, especially at those lower percents. So when you hit that, you can maybe go up. I know sometimes you can follow up with a second one, so you like clay pigeon into like I think it's like a jump clay pigeon, like a short hop, into the, like
Okay.
an aerial. If not another one of those, you can also do like a forward air or a back air. I'm pretty sure. So definitely don't be afraid to play around with that if you get a hit off it. You don't always have to like retreat or maybe do something a bit more like a smash attack because that doesn't really work as well.
Yeah.
And then when I'm off stage at the ledge, you can set up some kind of elaborate trapping. You put maybe the gunman in one area, or maybe put the can at the ledge itself, and you set a little bit back, and you create these really awkward interactions where I have to get around multiple obstacles to get back. So I think maybe
Just throw it all out there.
yeah, putting up like
Yeah.
a obstacle course for me at the ledge.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
definitely help. And then when you're landing, you can definitely land with things like that neutral air sometimes. You don't always have to like fall with nothing or maybe like a different type of aerial. It's really good because it lingers like that. So just playing around with those, I don't expect you to instantly like get it all down pat, but just thinking like,
Yeah, yeah.
I can try this thing here would help a lot.
Woo! I like getting my ass kicked too, so I'm cool with it. I like it.
That's the best kind of practice, to be fair.
Yeah. Ducked it.
Yeah, just gentle reminder again with the rolls. You don't want to get too in them because you're in a bit of a habit
Yep.
now where it's like roll, smash attack, roll, smash.
Oh, it's nonstop. It's nonstop.
And I totally understand. It's one of those habits that's so like hard to break when you got someone who's really calling you out because you're like, I can't hit him, but you don't necessarily have like an immediate option. And that's why these times are especially good for the experimentation because you it's okay to fail, especially in the opportunities to prove. So don't be afraid to get in there. You've got your jab, you've got your tilt. You get some grabs every now and then too. So don't feel like you have to fall back on just those smashes, especially if they're not working.
Okay. I'm gonna unbind my C stick.
Yeah, it's tough. You just get so and honestly, if not now or anything like that, but maybe at a later date, if you feel like you're having a real hard time, you might need to swap to like tilt stick to help kind of learn that muscle memory.
Gotta keep that can out there too.
Yeah, it's so good. You can just shoot it out and then leave it there, and then there's a lot of cool interactions you can do with it. Like when you hit it, then it flies away, then you pop it up with your own B button and things like that. So it's definitely like a layered move in that regard. I did not think that was gonna reach. Your down tilt and your forward tilt, I believe, and dash attack are all really good at sending that move out if you want to like try to run away. Because they each have their own like knockback angle and stuff, so they'll send it differently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
Whoa, what?
There you go. I'm not ready yet.
Very nice.
I like the opt to jump away instead of roll. I like that.
Uh-huh.
Try to get out of there.
Woo!
Definitely saw some mix-ups there. You were. I can tell you were trying to not use smash attack.
Yeah.
Different stuff.
Still very in my head about it, so you know. I'm just.
That's the big thing. Is that you're talking like don't smash, don't roll smash, don't roll smash. And as long as you're kind of giving yourself that, you're giving yourself the ability to do that. That makes a really big difference. Because a lot of players they have a hard time kind of mentally talking themselves through it. So that's
Yeah.
good that you can do it.
And these are like good tips that I'm gonna, after the session, go put in, implement.
Yeah, it takes some time to do this stuff. It's not always like
Always gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah. You gotta relearn how to ride the bike. But that's how I like to. That's my philosophy on coaching, at least. Is like I'm not here to fix your problems in like an hour or two. I'm here to teach you how to fix them in the future.
Nope, no frisbee there.
Ooh, nice snare. Remember, don't be afraid to follow up on that on the side B.
Yeah. It's like I saw one little YouTube video of someone throwing the pigeon and doing following up with a up smash, and I'm like, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah, it's probably
So
one
now
of those
it's
specific
like-
things. Yeah. Yep.
So you were saying if I'm getting juggled, one of the best ways to come down is just neutral air?
You could neutral air. You can also you know how you can like directional air dodge in this game?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but you can also neutral air dodge if you don't hit anything, and that's actually really lagless.
Okay.
Whereas the regular the air directional's like you're like, oh god, You know, you got to do
Yeah,
that.
and
So
lingers. Yep.
sometimes you can do the neutral air dodge if you want to land. You can down air. Neutral air dodge or neutral air would also be pretty good for you depending on what you're fighting. You know, if they have a sword, you're obviously gonna have to be careful. But sometimes if you get hit, you might have to take a hit or two, and don't be afraid to like go to the ledge and play over here. Maybe put up your can on your way up or something like that, and then
Okay.
do stuff from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little bit part of the left.
Yeah.
Something I noticed you do a bit too is like when we're in that neutral, kind of going back and forth, and you want to try and hit me, you'll oftentimes maybe run to do a dash attack or a short hop forward air when you approach. Don't forget you can do a jab, a tilt, even a smash attack if you really want out of dash. So you can be running at me, and if you reset your stick to neutral, input your tilt. So if you're using no tilts or no tilt stick, and you want to like F tilt out of a dash, you have to run. Let the stick return back to neutral quick, and then input an F tilt, which can be a little hard, obviously, when you're running. But you can do stuff like that to where running down tilt's not too hard. You can just run, let go, and then hold down. So you do something like
Oh
that.
yeah, I love that with Didi. I gotta try that with Duck Hunt a little more. It doesn't feel quite as good.
No, it's
but,
definitely not as good as his, but
yeah.
stuff like that, you can play around.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
tilts. Oh, after this game, I forgot. Make sure if you want some stage variety, I think you might have to set your stage to random as well.
Okay,
Because I
got
think
it.
if one person has it random, it just always runs the one, whichever one isn't. Are you familiar with stage teching? Do you know how to like tech on the wall?
Oh, grabbing the ledge? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Walls, ceilings, all that stuff.
Okay. Just want to make sure. It definitely is a pain on Wi-Fi when you're online. The delay
Yeah.
is so rough to do it. Oh, I had no idea where I was going with that.
My can. Woo!
Like right there, right? If you send out
Yeah.
your hand and I shield it, don't be afraid to run up and grab me. That's gonna beat that out. If you're
Okay.
conditioning me, you can follow up and then maybe even throw me into the can.
Nope, no, don't throw a pitch in there.
No. that neutral air?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh no! Saw that coming.
There we go. I can see you trying the mix-up zone. I definitely I know it'll maybe
A little
impair
bit.
some of your judgment, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's what I think is going to help you a lot with your game plan, because a lot of the times more casual players and stuff, they tend to find like the one strategy. Don't forget to change your stage, by the way. You want some variety.
Oh yeah. Get it right now.
They tend to get into that like that one or two. You know, there's like the joke where like the little kid just spams Kirby down B all the time, right? They get into that like really like, this is how I want to play. This works. But a lot of the times, just a little bit of variation or kind of experimenting, be like, what happens if I paying attention to how your opponent responds to what you do can open up so much more possibilities. And it usually just people usually just need a little bit of a guidance in kind of getting them mentally adjusted to start recognizing those things, because they don't know to look for it.
Woo!
Ah. Gotta watch out for those invincibility frames.
Yeah. What's your? I'm always kind of like a little in my head when someone first comes back from a stock. Like, what's your favorite? Just
So there's like the classic where it's just like roll a few times and make it awkward.
Yeah.
I definitely do that a lot. Sometimes you can go to the ledge if you're uncomfortable, or like, let's say I spawn here, you just run away. You don't necessarily go to the ledge, but you kind of maybe like, all right, no, I'm gonna just not fight you and let it run out. Something I like to do too is come here. So I'll like run at people and I'll be like, I'll neutral air dodge.
Yeah.
It's a bit better with Olimar because I'm slower, and so I can kind of drift. But I jump and I cross them up, and I'm like, yeah, where am I? I don't know. Pick a direction.
Okay.
And then they like awkwardly commit to one and like you guess wrong. Because when you cross them up like that, it can make it really hard for them. But yeah, you generally just getting away from your opponent will help a lot. Or if it's someone like Sheik, right? Sheik doesn't have a kill throw. Hold shield.
Come on. I'm definitely getting a lot of lag with the clay pigeon trying to like input anything after I throw it.
Yeah, I think it takes a second. Like
I definitely need to get the timing more down for and when to input something.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where if you go into like training mode for like 5-10 minutes and really just
Yeah.
practice it, you can probably get it down pat. If you want to, I definitely want to ask before I do this. I could try going duck hunt in a few games and just give you my good take on it. And
Yeah,
just
sure. Whatever you like to do.
You pick up on a couple things. So I'm definitely no duck hunt player, but just maybe some of the way I'm approaching it might give you like, oh, you can try that, you can try that, because I do know you know, some of the basic stuff with them.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever gone up against who's the big duck hunt player? Is it Raito?
Raito, yeah. I played him in friendlies, so I've never played him in like a bracket match.
Yeah.
And we were going back and forth. He's really good, and I don't play this character a lot, so it was very jarring for me.
Yeah.
A lot of his tricks, but I played against some of the other U.S. duck hunts are pretty good. Like Ozone, he's from the Midwest, and Wisdom and stuff. I played against them, and they're pretty good in their own right, and they also are really slippery.
Yeah.
They just evade everything, and the next thing you know, you're getting blown up randomly. And I like to say the way they play duck hunts, like they constantly like peck at you like a bird. It's very destructive.
Yeah.
Where you get hit by one, and then you're like, all right, I gotta dodge it. Then you get hit again and again and again, and it just racks up in their favor. But no, that game honestly, I felt like to change a stage, getting into it, you're
Mhm.
showing some growth, and then some improvement even from just the first few games we played. So that's really good.
Waking up a little bit. That first ass kicking was my first game of the day.
That's usually how it is. Yeah, you haven't played in a while. Like, oh, all right, we're getting serious right out the gate. So how do you usually do in your own kind of personal friend groups and stuff like that?
um, we all pretty much play together, so we're all relatively similar skill levels.
Do you guys do?
Maybe a little bit better than some of the people who haven't been playing quite as long.
Yeah. Do you guys do free for alls, teams?
Yeah, we'll typically do free for alls, and then once we're bored of that, we'll switch it up for some 1v1s. But if feelings get hurt, we go back to the free for alls. You know?
Yep. No, I get how
it gets a little stressful. People get their ego involved. And it's like I have a couple buddies that just take it a little too hard. Even I do sometimes.
Friends, they don't like playing with me anymore. Since I got really competitive, they're like, no, I'm not playing with you, or I don't want to play in a one-on-one. Let's do teams or something like that. And no, I totally get what you're saying. I mean, the thing is, like, the stuff I'm kind of explaining here is still applicable even in free for all. It's just kind of you have to be on a heightened sense of like, are they going to be, ganging up on me because I'm winning or things like that. But like the general interactions, it'll just be a little bit more hectic. But you can be like, okay, I hit him with my can here. He's probably going to shield or he's probably going to roll. You know how your friends play better than I do. Just exploiting those habits on them and just kind of putting them down a stock.
Woo! Also, is my noise gate on my mic okay?
I can hear it every now and then, but it's not really bugging me.
Alright, it's springtime, allergies coming in. I don't know if I'm breathing heavy,
You're good. I definitely had some other students who were a little bit more noisy, if you will, so it's no big deal to me. Damn down smash.
So I've gotten too accustomed to it.
No, look, trust me. I'm gonna go some games with my Olimar, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, he has non-stop attack."
Oh God. I want to feel it though. I want to feel the power. I want to feel the helplessness.
I definitely gotta. I've gotten used to like now. I ask people, I'm like, "Yeah, do you want Olimar like out the gate? Like I don't want to, because if you haven't played against it, man, it gets very stressful.
No one's ready for it.
Yeah, really, because he's so.
I've never faced one online ever.
Oh, all right, you're in for.
Never even seen him. Like my buddies, yeah, they've played him when we all set it to random. That's about it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
No.
All right, I'm gonna swap over to my duck and we'll try a few games.
Sweet.
So when you're off stage, since I noticed you've been messing up some of those texts and stuff, I don't know if you kind of a rule of thumb I like to have is whenever I'm off stage, regardless, right, if my opponent's there or not, I always like to prepare mentally for that type of interaction. Like even if I don't think I'm gonna get knocked off stage, I try to get ready for it so that I have a better chance of hitting that, hitting the shield, but hitting the tech. So that might be something that could help you. I know online, obviously, like we were talking about, it's a little hard to get the timing down, but just preparing yourself for it when you're off stage, because it is an option that can occur, will probably help you hit them a bit more often, and that can help you, prolong your stocks.
Okay. Literal Mexican standoff. Meteor smash. I always forget. I never
The down air,
take
yeah.
advantage of his. Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty good too from when I played at the Duck Hunt. I feel like they use it a decent amount. Fun fact, when that hits the ground, you can still detonate it, the clay pigeon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Woo.
Yeah, I kind of throw
Double
and I try and like shoot with
Yeah.
that. I'm trying to make you play around it to an extent. So I don't expect you to just immediately do any of this stuff, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's I try to treat it like I was saying, kind of how I said to play the ledge, where you can maybe interact and kind of create these traps for people. And I'm like, I don't always have to go in. I can send out my can, and since every time I hit that B button, you know, I'm free to do whatever I want with Duck Hunt. I can move, I can maneuver while kind of throwing that around, and then I'll throw in like a
Mhm.
pigeon or the gunman and things like that.
Ooh. No, 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 no.
Oh, yep, there it is.
I was like, if I just lay here, it'll shoot over me. I don't know. So I should just be hitting that away, right?
I mean, if it's back there, I'm not gonna be able to hit you with it because my blaster only gonna send it that way at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could, if you want to keep it on stage, then I can't use it again. You know.
I've definitely noticed that you're like punching it away at times on stage.
Yeah. Now it's kind of just probably my lack of being a good duck hunt, like really good duck hunt player to really understand how to macro.
Or even just when you're like other characters, I'll see you like swat it away.
Yeah. Yeah, if you feel like it's gonna mess you
If
up.
like my can's out there.
Yeah. But if it's like way back there, I mean, I think keep it on stage. It just takes away that resource from me.
Oh! Yeah, I don't play against other duck hunts either because he's not a very popular character, but
very
I
yeah.
can. It's scary. Promise, man. I'm gonna take all these lessons. You know, I'll dial up another session. I'll have some of these problems addressed.
That's all I ask is that you leave here and you know you play with the boys next time and
Yeah.
you get a one-on-one and you're like, oh wait, yo, is my boy Jerry doing some dumps?
Yeah.
Shit, man, let me punish his ass real quick. And then you recognize it and they're like, oh, that's no fair. You ain't got lessons. You're like, well, you can get lessons too. And then you know, then you all get better and then next thing you know, you get to the best team in the world.
Oh yeah, easy, no doubt. Ah! The ledge guarding is something my buddies don't do so much. Your pressure is so good on the ledge. I'm not expecting so much, you know.
Yeah, that's a common thing at like the more casual levels of play. Like everyone's like, stay on stage, don't do this, and then all you fight like pros are like competitive, and they're like, oh, you're off stage, oh, you're dead, son. How dare you go off the stage? Yeah, no, and that's something that you can bring to it. You can be like, oh, you're off stage, all right, well, good luck. Oh my god, oh dang, I thought that was gonna be out. I noticed you're definitely more conservative with your smash attacks when we're playing like the Duck Hunt Ditto. And I think that's kind of good because you recognize like I'm not always near you, so we're kind of playing this projectile game, which is good. I noticed you go for the up smash. You've honestly hit a few of them, so it's not bad, right? Like you're finding those times to get it. But I like that this is making you be a little bit more cognitive about that, so you're not just falling into that autopilot. See what I mean by off the clay pigeon into the back air?
Woo! What's that?
See what I meant by like how I hit the clay pigeon into the back air, knock you off stage, follow up, come out there, keep pressuring you, try and jump back.
Actually, can you just do it to me one more time? I actually want to see.
Yeah.
Like the timing that you're.
The timing's
you're
hella
doing
awkward because I messed it up like 4 times on one of our battle highlight. I finally did like, woo!
Yeah.
Here, let me show you what I mean. So.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I gotta. What is the time? Oh my gosh, I can't move. Come here. Get a little bit closer. Sorry, I'm figuring this out as we go. Oh, that's not one. It's hard to like get it all in one rolling motion.
Yeah.
It's like.
The input lag on it is weird a little bit, right?
Yeah, like that. All right, so you shoot.
Okay.
You shoot. Here, if you want to try it on me, you like shoot, detonate, and then you go immediately into it. So it'll be like you see, I'm not moving till I start detonating.
Wait, that was a fair, right?
I think.
Was that a bear?
I think I did a bear there, a raw bear.
Okay. Oh god.
So it's like throw it,
Thinking about it too much.
and then wait, and then you go.
Yeah.
And then those lower percents will be easier. So you'll do it in one quickish motion. So it'll be like, oh, my bad.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And then if you're at a lower percent and things like that, we're a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But like try from like right here and then like get here, get close enough. Like you don't want you too far away. Like that's fine. That's side B. And then input, and then you immediately go into a dash. And then if you wanna back air, you go for a ride air. If you want a forward air, you go for a forward air.
Okay.
But it might be one of those things where you just kind of gotta go into
No,
training.
I'll hit the training room and really try to get that shit down.
All right. Well, keep playing this game then. Oh, all right. Yeah. All right. I'll die.
All right. Sorry. I gotta take him where I can get him. You know.
I got a combo. Come here. I'm gonna take a page out of your boat.
Woo. No.
Yes.
Ah, all right.
I butchered that down air attempt so bad.
No.
No, killed me.
Oof. We all know the actual duck hunt they're cheering for. Ooh.
I'll take it.
It's always sad hearing him yelp.
Yeah, it's almost like gut-wrenching sound. Like they got like an actual dog in the studio.
Yeah, right? Okay, so that preference, dude, like, because I don't feel like a lot of attacks have preference over his up air sometimes.
His up air is super
Got good range.
disjointed. Yeah, it's great for poking. The multi-hit makes it really awkward to interact with, too, because it can kind of cover dodges and stuff. And I really liked how you were kind of sharking under the platform with it. You're like, yeah, I'll just come up here and keep poking you. And that's really good, because you're getting your hit, but you're not necessarily going all out and trying to do this great, big, grandiose play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can keep poking you and get my free damage over and over and over again.
That was surprising. His down air, like, plowed right through that.
Yeah.
I gotta start using that more.
It's super good. It's a very, like, if you throw it out real quick, like, it feels really lagless to me, at least. It's very intuitive.
Uh.
But no, you were doing great that game. Definitely messing me up quite a bit of it.
As I grab complete opposite direction of you.
That's how VC goes.
Yeah. Come on! Ah, I should have. Why didn't I fucking can there?
Or shoot. Oh no.
I'll take it. I'll take it, I guess.
That's exactly how it is.
Come on.
What is these angle? No! Alright, no, I don't need those stocks. I'm gonna try hard. We're not going off stage for any of that nonsense anymore.
Woo! Oh. It's those kind of moves that are so satisfying. Why it's fun to play.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
fucking
dude,
guy shoots him into the can, like.
The crazy setups, yeah.
complete luck.
Nah, you got me. I wasn't even ready for that.
Oh, I knew it. I tried to tag. I tried. This is so late on it.
Got my work cut out for me here. No, no.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I'm winning this game. No! Oh my gosh, no! That was good, though. That was good. You did what you had to do. No nonsense.
A lot of luck.
We take those. Look, sometimes the best strategy isn't to outplay your opponent. It's to live long enough to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And you did just that. One sec.
2, 1, go!
Alright, I'm ready. Sorry, I was writing something down.
Also, what kind of controller do you like to use?
I use Pro
Is it-
Controller. It is the Switch Pro. I have the Smash Edition one that originally came out with Ultimate. It's got like the Smash logo on it with the white handles.
Mm-hmm.
I used Wii Remote and Nunchuck in Brawl and Smash 4.
What?
And
Woo.
that's not
All right.
anymore, so I was
So you're not a GameCube controller elitist. Okay, okay.
not a game
Yep.
boy. Never been a
Yep.
fan of them. I mean, like growing up
Yep.
playing it casually, I was like, yeah, I can do this controller, right? Like it is what it is, and I can use it if I have to. But like once I got a taste of the others, I was like, I don't want these.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
I'm on the Power A wireless GameCube controller.
Okay. Yeah, I mean GameCube, it's just so I think it's comforting for a lot of people. So they find it, and I mean it's not like a bad controller per se, but for me it just doesn't. Like I've had hand issues in the past, like my hands definitely get sore. I've gone through like physical therapy and stuff to help make it better, and that controller is not ergonomic at all. And thankfully the Pro controller is the Switch Pro, but also what is it, the Wii Remote Nunchuck was, oh my god. Problems aside, because it's on 2006 Bluetooth hardware, that Nunchuck was the best stick I've ever used.
That is just so mind-blowing to me. That's so awesome, though.
Yeah, no, I definitely...
How many pros actually played on a Nunchuck?
In Smash 4, there was only 2 ranked players who ever were on Nunchuck. It was me and Sam, a Mega Man player.
That's pretty dope.
And then I remember, because for a long time, like, you know, people don't like wireless controllers because like, oh, you leave them on, you hit the home menu, yada yada, you mess it up, right? Which I get. There are a lot of kind of irresponsible people out there. But you know, I'm obviously not one of those people. I take great care to make sure I don't disrupt tournaments. And they would ban them at certain tournaments. They'd be like, or they'd try to.
Oh shit.
And they'd be like, Myron, you need to switch. Like, they're not. And I was like, no, dude, I'm using my fucking controller. Like, I will go to Evo, I'll go to wherever, and I'll just pray someone's not an asshole enough to DQ me or get a TO because I'm using a wireless controller, right?
Yeah.
And thankfully, I didn't have any problems, and I very much stood my ground. I advocated for it. I was friends with a lot of TOs who I would, you know, get my stuff done. But same thing with ProCon, like, it's wireless. I would use a wired one if I had it, you know, just to reduce any issues. But it's not like I'm like, yes, I have to use a wireless controller. It's just like, that's what I like. It just happens to be wireless. So yeah, it's definitely crazy. I know some people who in Brawl would use it as well, and they ended up swapping to GameCube controller because have you ever heard of MLG?
Yeah, yeah.
They would not let you use them apparently.
No
Back in
shit.
Brawl. So certain players swapped. And I was like, you guys just didn't advocate hard enough. I was too fucking
Yeah.
stubborn. But yeah, no. So I use Pro Controller now, and I started using it.
Okay.
Oh, wow, that was weird. At the beginning of Ultimate, and I like it. It definitely. My only issue is Pro Controllers. Nintendo, if you've heard of like Joy-Con drift, they have Pro.
No.
You've never heard of? All right, so Joy-Cons are notorious. The Switch Joy-Cons are notorious for having really bad drifting issues on them. And Pro Controllers are no exception. Like the first-party ones, they get. Really
Well, now that you
bad
mention it, I have heard my girlfriend bitch about it when playing Zelda.
Yep, you just start moving, and Pro Controllers are no different. They also have really bad snapback, which is where you hit the stick one way and it flicks back to another when you let go of it. It's because it's so like off kilter, poorly calibrated, and all that stuff. So I've gone through a ton of Pro Controllers, and eventually I found a dude who works on them. Like he got my. I sent him my Pro Controller here, and he fixed the snapback, and he made it work super good. And that's what I had to do eventually. That's what a lot of competitive players do with their GameCube controllers as well, because those can also suffer snapback and other issues. But my Wiimote nunchuck, never.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know that they were actually like, pros playing on the nunchuck. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's I was just all different. I played Olimar. I was Wiimote nunchuck. I went to Florida that no one cares about. It's just I was an Enigma. But it's just you gotta stay dedicated. You just don't let someone tell you what to do, and then I do it my way, and then it works out.
That's kind of how I felt about using the right stick for Smash thus far. I'm like, I'm sticking with it.
Dude, I use tap jump exclusively. I don't use a jump button. I only tap.
Oh yeah, one of my buddies plays that way too. Yep.
I'm
He's a Yoshi main.
Doing that as a Yoshi main is even scarier. You need to be smart with that jump. If you accidentally up B.
Yep.
But yeah, no, like I'm all about playing my way. My friends, make fun of me all the time too, because I play like World of Warcraft on PC, and you can like bind your keys and stuff there. And I don't use my pinky to hit any of my keys. Like I use my ring finger to hit my shift key. Maybe I'll use the pinky for the control occasionally, but it's mostly like just my 3 fingers. And they're always like, why don't you? You're just missing out on a finger. I was like, yeah, it hangs off my key. It's more comfortable to do it that way. So comfort is definitely the biggest factor. But tangent aside, I mean, I feel like these games are going not too bad. I don't know if you're picking up on anything that I'm doing. Maybe some of the ways I'm trying to like string stuff together.
I feel like I'm not really like watching the combos you're doing. Yeah, I'm trying to, but mostly in my head.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if
surviving.
You do it, it's like.
But definitely working on the things that you're telling me to.
It's like, maybe you run off like there, how I ran off and I did the neutral air where you're recovering, right? Because it lingers. And then it's like, then I'll hit you with a down air when I get you into a really weird spot. It's so... It's not an easy one-to-one thing, but like I said, I want you experimenting. And it's like, how can you push the boundaries of that? If your neutral air is a really good, long-lasting move, you throw it out and you be like, hey, deal with this. You have to recover. You're in an exposed spot. And stuff like that. And I think you're in a good spot. And I am recording this, so if you, in the end, you do want to go back on YouTube and maybe watch one of our clips or something or one of the matches, you can go back and do that, and you'll be able to see all this, no problem. If you kind of want to go, what did Myron do?
Same, I imagine, same tag on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's Myron SSB. I'll actually send you a link to the YouTube video when it's up.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely subscribe to that shit.
I appreciate it. Yeah, most of my things, it's Myron SSB, just because Myron's taken on things. Usually.
Got it. No.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll definitely get it to you, and I like to upload those because I know people, not even just the students, but everyone likes to go through, and you can pick out like different lessons and stuff, and I teach people. But I think you'll be in a pretty good spot when you go play with your friends next time, because even if it's not immediate, and you won't go out there and start like crushing them all immediately or something like that, because you're not, you're playing Duck Hunt at the end of the day, so it is a character that takes a little bit of work to really get all the fine details done. I think you'll be better being like, oh, he's doing this, at least in the 1v1s. So maybe you'll start going out there and dare spiking them all the time.
Yeah.
And as long as you just play around it, you might get slapped up a few times, but just keep doing it. You're going to get it down, and then either they're going to learn to do it themselves, and then you're all going to get better, or you're going to just start crushing them, I think.
So when I'm coming up from underneath you, Should I just be hitting shield and teching up, like,
Wait, say that one more time.
even if I, like, when I'm coming up from underneath you and I'm basically getting guaranteed
Like
to get Meteor
over
Smash,
here. Oh, okay.
should I just, even though I feel like I'm not going to be able to grab the leg, just try to
So,
shield up?
are you saying to air dodge?
I feel like I'm just not doing it soon enough because
Or
I
are you
feel
trying
like
to- are you
I'm
trying to,
afraid
like-
I'm not going to get to the ledge from off ledge.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting down smashed every time because I'm not
And you
doing
wanna-
it soon
yeah.
enough because I'm afraid I'm not going to get back.
And you want to avoid the meteor smash.
Yeah.
So there are times where, like, if I hit you, you know, you might just go so far down you can't do anything, you can't tech it. But if, like, you're riding the wall like this, right, and I down air you and I hit you, you could try holding in towards the wall, so you're holding, like, a... Not, like, straight to the left. I mean, you could do straight to the left. But, like, maybe, like, a slight down into the left, and then hit shield as I hit you. And that might DI you, like, into the stage, so you hit it, and then you can... If you hit shield, you'll tech it,
Really?
and then you'll...
Teching off the side of the stage, getting
Okay.
back up.
So, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to grab the ledge, and I want you to try and down air me, and I'll see if I can show you what I mean. So, it's a little awkward, I know.
All right, I got this.
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, that was one hit.
No.
It's alright. We're gonna get this. What we're here. Alright, let me grab this.
Should I be short hopping this or
You can short
that
hop, yeah.
hitbox? Is that hitbox big enough for a short hop?
If you do it not as you rise, but like kind of as you're falling with it, should work.
Okay. Did you tech the stage there?
No. You just hit me with the first hit, and then I air dodged.
Okay.
Here, let me get some percent on me. Just hit me. Just like keep jabbing me. I'm gonna hold it. Oh, that did like nothing. Okay, just smash me. Just get like 50% on me. Alright, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go to ledge, and we'll try it again. Or if you want,
Come on.
I can get up into the ledge. I can just keep doing this, and you can try. You can try
alright.
to spike it.
Fucking.
Alright. I'll teach you. I'll go a different character after this, and we'll have you do it. You know what? Let's do that right now. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Alright.
I'm gonna go. What's a good character? I'm thinking Ganondorf. Them big meaty boots.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? No, we'll do Captain Falcon because the thunder effect might make it harder for you. I'm gonna go Captain Falcon, and we're gonna go back to Yoshi's story right there. So I'm gonna select that on the stage so that they got the wall, and I'm gonna go Kalos. I think it'd be even easier there because the wall is really nice on that stage. And I'll teach you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you want to stay Duck Hunt, that's fine. I'm gonna go Captain Falcon real quick.
Okay.
Choose your fighter. Captain Falcon.
Should I go Yoshi Story as well so that we have a guaranteed chance to get it?
If you want to go Kalos, I'm gonna actually do that one because the walls and there's no slants. It'll be a little bit easier.
Oh wait, which level's that?
Kalos Pokemon League.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like the all blue one.
I never select that map, so I don't know where it is on here.
I'm not a
Again.
huge fan of it either, but it's legal in a lot of tournaments, and I think the walls are really good for this example.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
Again, coming from those older Smash games, we're like constantly cycling back and forth
Yeah.
between, obviously, Fox's ship. Why can't I fucking remember the name of
Quinaria?
it? Yeah.
The classic.
and
classic.
yeah, Temple for Melee, obviously.
My boys love this stage as well, and they're fun to play on.
Original Pokemon
Let
Stadium.
me get you some. Let me get some percent on you. All right, so you're gonna grab the ledge, and I'm gonna down air you, and I want you to hold. Just you can grab onto the ledge, and then you just go there and hold onto it, and I'm gonna down air you. I want you to hold in and try and back.
Whoop.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
So just hold in.
All right.
It's gonna be fast. All right, let me get some percent on you real quick.
Yep.
But this concept applies pretty much any time that you're getting hit into the stage. It's just
Okay.
a nice way to do it off this side. So we're gonna have you grab ledge. I'm gonna down air you, and then you're gonna hold in and try and tag.
No. Why is that happening?
Ready?
All right. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
That's
all
it.
Okay. All right.
So the same
I didn't.
concept,
All right. I've never really tried to do that before.
Yeah.
Okay.
and the same concept applies. Like if you're off stage, like, and you're trying to recover. I don't know if you want to drop down and try and recover. Actually, Yeah, we'll try it like that. Here, drop down and try and up B. I'm gonna hit you into the stage. And like there, you could attack that, right? Like those hits.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why I was saying, anytime you're off stage, you know, give yourself that, like, keep yourself on guard. Assume that they might go out there and hit you. And if you hit that button right, if you hit that shield button right, you're gonna tech it. There is something in this game called untechable, and that's essentially if the knockback is high enough. It's like, let's say like I knee you, right, like into the wall, like point blank. You're probably not gonna be able to tech that. There's just they made it so there's too much knockback, you can't do it in most cases. There are some ways to help kind of widen that gap. Like if you hold down, it actually increases the threshold at which you can tech by like 20-30%. Super dumb.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it like reduces the
down on left stick while you're teching?
While you're getting hit. It's really weird. But I would say you don't have to worry about that in most cases. But if you want to try it, you can. But like, yeah, as long as you're trying to hit those techs, and you'll know if it's untechable because there'll be like a red shockwave. It's like a really noticeable shockwave that's red as opposed to the normal hit. But yeah, that's how you tech. So like, if you want to try it one time, I'll have you grab the ledge, and then I'll. There he is. There it is. Now you're not a tech. Now you're gonna drive your friends insane. They're gonna try and kill you. Bro, you go under high roll in that little.
Yeah.
And then they hit you up.
I'm good at doing it there. I've just never been doing it while I'm getting an edge guard, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's definitely a super important factor. It's really good too for a character like Duck Hunt who's a bit more exposed during their recovery when you're up being like you can attack, but then it puts you into free fall. So you know stuff like that'll help you a lot.
Okay.
Okay, let me go. I'll give you some games of the Olimar now if you want.
Let's do it.
One second, I'll swap.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
You're good. I'm also going to put the stage back to random just so we don't play Callus all the time.
Choose your fighter. Olimar.
Oh boy.
3, 2, 1, go!
Stay out of my personal space.
Oh, I don't need to get
Woo! I'll land a hit sooner or later.
Eventually. I believe in you. No, I turned around. No, no, I had it. Oh. You might as well win at this point. But that's Olimar.
Holy shit. Let's run it back.
I like the enthusiasm. I've met a few people who are like, I don't want to play you, you're gonna destroy me. And I'm like, that's what you need to play.
I like the predator. No, it's awesome. It's a spectacle.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's very mentally engaging. You can't like zone out against him
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just die.
In this way, after playing against you, if I ever see an
It
Olimar
only gets easier.
like online matchmaking, I'm like, alright.
It only gets easier. So when you have those Pikmin on you, you want to try and get them off. You know, things like nuclear.
Oh yeah, yep.
Or else they're just gonna get all that free damage, and that's definitely not what you want because he hits so hard.
Can you jab them off too, or just shoot at neutral air?
So it actually depends on where they latch. They can latch onto like 4 quadrants of your body. And it depends on where your move hits.
Okay.
But you don't want to just like throw out any move because I mean, when you hit them, you have to like go through the animation of hitting them. It's like you're hitting a body, right? So they're laggy. So if the Olimar is good about it, they'll actually like wait for you to hit their Pikmin, and then they'll come in and punish you for it. So that's why like maybe retreating with like a neutral or something like that could help, as opposed to like standing there and doing like a tilt or a jab in certain cases.
Please let me get back.
Gotta stop rolling in.
I know. I'm trying to practice techie as I land too, and
As long as you're trying, that's the important thing. Good, didn't roll in.
those purple ones are always so scary.
They are broken. They're so good, dude. They hit like a truck.
They'll have different ranges too, right? Like I know that one's shorter,
So,
the white one's
actually,
pretty long.
It's weird. So yes and no. So purple's like hitbox, like the the invisible hitbox of the move, is the same as red, yellow, or sorry, red, blue, white for aerials. So red, blue, white, purple, all of the same hitbox. Smash attacks, they go less distance. Up right here, I'll show you real quick. So here you have 3 Pikmin, right? So that's forward smash with the yellow, forward smash with the purple, or white, and that's purple. So half the distance on that. And then down smash, they also go half the distance. But up smash, they go the same distance.
All of them are identical.
Yeah. And then for grabs, all Pikmin have the same grab range for red, yellow, blue, but purples go less distance. That's regular, and this is white.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Whites go far. And then there's hidden.
I didn't know that was different for its grab. That's interesting.
Then there's, but the funny enough thing is, the only Pikmin with a strong grab multiplier is blue, which has the same grab distance as yellow. But there's even more. Yellow Pikmin. So, all the aerial animations are the same for the Pikmin, right? Yellow Pikmin actually have 50% larger hitboxes. They're just invisible. So, like, that is bigger than that. You just can't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, is that cosmetic as well, or does that actually mean they do more damage when they're sprouted like that?
It is technically a buff, but it buffs their acceleration on run speed by like 0.2%. Or like by 0.2.
Okay.
It does nothing for their damage, nothing for their power. The only time it ever did that was in Project M, if you ever heard of that. They made that a mechanic in that game. But in Brawl and Smash 4 it did nothing, and in this game they made
just
it
run speed.
Not even run speed, just how fast they hit their max run speed.
It's okay.
Super negligible. Like, I remember testing it, and I was like, what is... Because there's an in-game tip about it, and I was like, what is this worthless... like buff?
All right, yeah, I've always wondered that. I never looked it up or anything. All right.
All right, you ready?
All right, cool. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Using that nair to wall me out.
Ooh.
So the funny thing
my can is like so ineffective because of them.
Yeah, so the Pikmin blow up the can really easy, but even more so, reds are immune to fire damage, which is what your can is.
Oh, okay,
so they just
So
explode it, but they don't die.
Wow.
It's so broken, I love it.
Holy shit. So does that mean Pikachu with electric attacks can't kill the yellow one?
Certain attacks, yeah, like Thunder Jolt, it just goes straight through it. Yellows go straight through it, they don't care. F Smash won't kill it, like Neutral Air won't kill it. It's pretty cool.
Woo.
Lots of under the hood stuff with Olimar that you gotta keep track of, but that's part of the fun. Like how you were saying with like Duck Hunt, you know, those cool combos where you're like,
Yeah.
you know, gunman into can. For me, that's like Pikmin into this, into this, into this, and they're all doing different things. So his aerials with the Pikmin, they're like swords. They are transcendent. You cannot beat them. So that's something you gotta keep in mind. So like when I throw out that up air, once that up air is active, it will always win if it hits you. Like we can trade, of course, like if you hit me at the same time, but you can't like stop the Pikmin at that point. So I'll do a couple more games with Olimar, just because I don't want to crash you too long, and make sure I want to give you like a more even fight, and stuff, and then so we can wrap it up off of that after a few more games of that stuff as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
So funny enough for you, I think you're in one of those unique positions where I think just playing against someone really good is gonna do a lot for you, because you're not trying to like, you know, go win a tournament or anything. You're more so just like, let me experience like a higher level of gameplay kind of up myself, and that translates really easily once you've played someone really good, because when you're fighting with your friends, they're not gonna have that same kind of practice available, or they didn't, so that you should kind of get more of an immediate impact, I think. Also, I'm not sure if you are talking, but I cannot hear you. I see you muting now. If we could try restarting the call too if you want. Let's try that. Hey, can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
There you are. Now I can hear you.
All right. I didn't know I was muted. All right.
No, all good, all good. But yeah, did you hear what I said though about your friends and the practice and stuff though?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I heard you. I was talking the whole time.
Yeah, I was like, he just got oddly quiet. But that's why we double check. Nothing worse than like the next 30 minutes I just assumed you
Yeah.
were talking.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I guess he's listening now. So what would be a character your friend plays? Again, I think you mentioned it, but I can't remember.
Who do they play? One buddy plays Yoshi, and then he's kind of secondary on
All right,
Luigi.
let me rephrase. Who's the one that gives you the most trouble? If you had to pick one.
Probably Pyramithra right now, because I'm just so unfamiliar.
Yeah,
like I have one friend who's
I can go Pyramithra if you want.
I fucking hate Pyramithra right now.
Look, I'm
so unfamiliar, you know.
I am an anti-DLC purist, and I mean that in the way that
Yep.
they have only ever hampered my game experience because I don't play them. And in
Yep,
Smash 4, they were like, bro, I lived through Bayonetta, and that was a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I feel that. I feel the DLC hate, because every time, you know, a new one comes out, my best friend, also a really good player in my region, he picks it up, and then I'm just like, I'm beating my head into this wall figuring it out for like 2 weeks. So I feel that. But hopefully I can help you out some with it. They're definitely good characters, because one is super quick, and the other one hits like a truck. So you're in this weird spot where you're like, okay, how do I navigate around that?
Oh, I don't know how I could forget, but Steve in free-for-all games, like when you got a lot of people playing, him throwing the minecart
Oh, yeah,
might be the
I
most
can
infuriating experience of my life.
only imagine, because I hate Steve normally. And I
Yeah.
can't imagine how it is with a bunch of people on the screen. He's just shooting out minecarts. That
Oh man, it's
it
I've,
just like beats everything too.
my blood pressure goes through the roof.
What you gotta do is you gotta go like, I'm trying to think of a good character that just fucking destroys people in free for alls. You go like Bowser and start spamming up.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh!
Roll. Yep. I knew it. I knew you were gonna roll.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the fear seeping in. I understand.
Was that her? Those are up smash, right?
Yes, that was Pirates Up Smash.
Yeah. No. No, dude, I'm making a lot of input errors right now.
Sometimes, you know, it's online. Sometimes you're just really
Yeah.
like getting overly pressured in a match, and it kind of stresses you
Yeah.
out subconsciously. I definitely know what you mean, dude. Happens to the best of us, I assure you. Let's see if I can force it. This doesn't work. We're just gonna swap characters. How about you stop doing that?
See, like, I probably should have been practicing coming at you on, like, past the ledge, huh?
With Duck Hunt you can. It depends. I think these characters it would make sense to do in some cases because they do have a bit of an exploitable recovery, especially power due to her lower airspeed. Maybe go out there and if you see me rise, just like run out there with a nair. You just need to tap me and knock me off and power jump. I can die. So I don't think that's. I think that would be something good to play around with. Maybe even leave the can on the ledge so you can try and play around with it there too. So you run off stage, leave can on ledge, and now it creates this awkward interaction for me. So I definitely think that'd be a play. Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered my other bane of existence, Joker.
Yes, I also don't like Joker.
I hate his guts.
Man of culture, I see.
Honestly, probably my number one.
Yeah. No, I feel it. He's so nimble and annoying, and Arson
Yep.
triggers me. I can try a couple games with them. With him, I'm not sure if it'll do much more, just because there's not too much time left to really get into the nitty-gritty with them all.
Yeah, no worries.
But with Joker, it's a lot of like just play it slow. You can try and approach him, but it's kind of rough to do so. So I think just like playing slow and putting up that wall and making it awkward for them to come in could be good. And then if you notice they counter a lot or something, that's when you kind of maybe set up like a can to get them to counter, right? And then you run in there and you like trick them, and then you grab them, and then you put them in an awkward spot. Because grab is the thing that beats counter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about that neutral air dodge.
Yeah, I gotta practice that more too. I'm always inputting a direction when I'm air dodging.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of just flick the stick back to neutral, and then you're like,
Yeah.
quick air dodge, then you go back to drifting instantly, because you still want to get the drift, you just don't want to commit to that super long animation. That move
Oh!
is so strong. Killed you like 30. Oh my gosh. No, but with Pyramithra, I find like it's trying to exploit their character weaknesses, so like they don't have the best shield pressure, right? So like you might be able to just like narrow out of shield if they hit you with something, assuming they're not like super far away, maybe even full
Okay.
out of shield. I don't know if you care about it, but if you ever really want to get like an edge on your boys, there's a website called ultimateframedata.com. I can always send it to you if you want, and that has all the frame data in the game. And frame data is something that comes off very jarring if you don't know how to understand it. But what I like to do is kind of build my understanding around it. Be like, I play Duck
Okay.
Hunt.
Yeah, I've never really checked out the numbers.
I play Duck Hunt. What can I do in response to it? And then you can go like, oh, this is fast. I can always, how like Mario can always neutral air out of something, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's like those little things. Like, yeah, I definitely don't. It'd be like, yeah, go learn the hit lag modifier on Duck Hunt's forward air. But like little things like that are always a cool way to get a little edge, or just like understanding your character better. Be like, what are Duck Hunt's fastest options? And then you can kind of build your thing around that. And you can try to learn everything else. You don't have to really learn everyone else. But it's definitely it pays to have that little bit of extra kind of knowledge about your character.
No. I'm not a big pummeler either. I noticed a lot of people do online.
Yeah,
I'm almost always inputting a direction after I grab.
It's one of those things where the more you get aware of these things, you're gonna slow down and stop always. I don't say like button mashing, or even though it is button mashing, it's not like with a negative connotation. It's literally just like that's the more normal way that I think people play these games. It's always like go go go. So when you're able to slow it down and look at it and go like, okay, what am I doing? That's when you're like, all right, I'm getting a grab, and you kind of mentally, talk yourself through it. And then you go, all right, let me pummel once or twice. And, they're at 80%. I can get a little bit of extra damage. There are times where you do just want to throw. If you want to like mix up their DI on a throw or something, you can go for it and catch them off guard. But it definitely does pay to pummel. I like to do it, especially because it also unstales your other moves.
Yeah. Woo. Oh, wow.
You see, even on your Duck Hunt, I have a sword, and to me, swordy characters are like monsters off stage when it comes to edge guarding. They're so good. So I got there and I'm like, yeah, you're exposed. I'm gonna put you in this really uncomfortable spot. So that's an instance where you kind of did it there, but it didn't really like pan out the way it could have. Just learning to use that can to kind of you shoot it out, and then you start being, and then you're like learning how to play around with it so you can shoot it. You can hit the B button while you're recovering and kind of cover you while you're recovering, so it makes it this uncomfortable hitbox to get around, and that can honestly be really good for a character like Duck Hunt, where you're a B, and while it has some solid distance, you don't have the best speed. So there's definitely some stuff to work on as well with the recovery, but I doubt your friends, like you said, they're not really out there, so you're probably chilling.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm over teaching concepts that don't apply, but it's never bad to know.
No. I like to hear it all, man. Let it rip.
That's relieving. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
No, you're going the wrong way, Can.
So, I don't know the specifics of it, but if you're curious, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. There are, like, really weird can mechanics, and that it's like...
Oh, yeah, I've seen some...
Way. It, like, makes it fly this way, and it's got, like, a health meter, and I would definitely recommend you, like you said, you've already seen stuff. You can probably figure it out better than I could teach you, because I'm just telling you bullshit. But...
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I'll fight duck hunts. I'm like, why did it do that? Like, well, you see, it had 3 health left, and you hit it with a
Like-
2 health move, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. No. I'm always trying to find out a good time to drop his whatever the hell this kid, Gunner.
Gunman?
Yeah.
I like to do it when I've got some distance, and then I kind of
Yeah.
you see there, like I have to kind of play around it. Like I can knock it away.
Yeah.
But maybe you do that, and then you also have like a different, maybe you have your clay pigeon out, or maybe you have your can out. And like when I was playing duck hunt, you try and set up like this trap where you're doing multiple things at once and making your opponent try and play around that. And it's something that you're gonna actively think about. It's like, okay, gunman can
Yeah.
go with my aerial, go with that, or even sometimes wait and just see how they respond. Every interaction doesn't have to lead to you winning, like you all of a sudden like having the hit. Sometimes it's better just to maintain, kind of that back and forth. Maybe you get a little bit of chip damage. Maybe you have a better understanding of how they're handling your buttons.
No.
That move is big.
Yeah. Hurts too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything on my character hurts. Definitely made some solid improvements since the first few games. Just even in this like 2 hours almost, you've definitely been trying out new things, getting more comfortable. You're not rolling all the time. You're not smashing all the time.
I'm trying not to. I'm really trying.
Just and next time you play, you honestly might just default to that playstyle.
Yeah.
And that's when you gotta take a second back, be like, wait, what did I learn? What did I learn? Let me play around with it, or do it until it doesn't work. And when it stops working, be like, okay, he caught on to it. Let me try and mix it up now, right? Let me see how he's punishing it, and then I'm gonna punish him back. Because you'll have that ability to really like get in your own head, and be like, what's going wrong? When they're probably gonna be more likely to just do the same thing over and over again.
Woo. Oh.
See,
Everything has such a wide hitbox to her.
Dude, I don't know what they were thinking. They were like, what if we
Everything.
like power, but with like cloud style hitbox?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. Yeah, I hate this character just as much as you do.
Oh, she can get canned in that though, right? Pretty sure.
In between that, you can hit in between it. It's just very hard. But that move has a lot of lag, so if they land, you just push it. As long as you're on time.
Nope.
No. Look, I
guess he just didn't want to whip anymore.
When you play with your buddies, you guys are playing offline, right?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah.
But we do play online as well.
That'll probably happen a lot. Like
Definitely not as much.
We'll play a couple more games, and then I think we can get some like closing thoughts and any last minute questions and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Three, two, one, go!
It's so scary.
It's a chunky move. Just like yeah. She like puts her entire body into it, so she goes so far too. Oh, I like that. All right, time for speed.
No.
No.
I'm sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, so you were stuck in the animation of the up air still.
Yeah.
Grab the ledge, yep. Olimar's that same issue where if he cancels his up even aerial and he's still in it, he can't grab the ledge.
Nope, nope, nope. Ah, man, I do that way too frequently.
Do you find you just get kind of maybe sidetracked on something else, or was it the side B?
I don't know if I'm just not setting my stick back to center because I wanted to throw my can out just to have something out there with me, and I'm just not centering my stick.
Side B is really common. I find when I'm out there like that too. When I play Duck Hunt, I know I've heard my friend complain about it too. You gotta be like really careful.
Yeah.
Moving to recover, but also not doing that move.
Yep.
So it's probably just an executional thing that you just haven't found like that perfect sweet spot for yet. But I mean, that's how it is when you play.
Oh, it's my fault, all right. Woo!
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think, yeah, you've had a few issues over the course of the session where, you know, you accidentally drop down from the ledge, and I think that, or like right there with the side B, I think that is a byproduct of kind of the go, like, play style you've had. So as you get progressively better at slow, it's weird. You have to like learn to slow down before you can speed back up, because you're kind of at like max speed now, but it's just like, you know, you're blindfolded almost. So you got to like take the blindfold off, be like, okay, this is everything, and then you get better at like to do it while you're going fast. It's really cool, honestly. But you'll get there no problem, because those are issues that are so easily fixed. A little bit of like adjustments. So I wouldn't put too much stake in that stuff.
Woo!
Oh, all right. Yeah, the can extended the
Yep.
hitbox. I might die from that. Damn it! We can't go off stage like that.
Damn.
Can't extending it. Yeah, that's one of the rough things when you have like something like that. You gotta be careful because sometimes it'll linger and then it'll do it. But on the other hand, you can do the same thing. You know, you can hit it and have your attack linger. So that's like a double-edged sword.
Ooh. I tried to get out of there.
Honestly, when you see that move, it's probably just better off not to worry about it. Don't even challenge it, because like it's got like so little lag. She can turn it around right as she starts it. It's massive, and it's got some invincibility after it starts up a little bit. It's not like super quick, but it's definitely there. It's like right there, read your jump.
Yep. Yep.
That's something that your friends will probably do too. It's very instinctual to think, I got hit, I need to jump, because that's the first response. So what you do might be a little bit harder with duck hunt, obviously, because you don't have the best range. Hit them right around that off stage near the ledge area. Read their jump, catch them with a back air, maybe even an up air, right if you're close enough. Duck hunt's got that strong up air, great for killing. I'm actually gonna have that be the last game, and I just kind of want to wrap things up.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, I got a lesson right after this. I'm just trying to get everything smooth and going really smooth. So overall, yeah, I thought you were doing super solid as the session went on. Definitely have some of those more normal player, like maybe you're playing a little too fast, maybe you're making a couple tech errors, losing stocks here and then. The more you're deliberately trying to play the game, like do certain inputs, the better you're gonna get at it. So as long as you're like messing up, and it's not just like oh man I messed up and got my way, but it's like a why'd I mess up? What happened? As long as you get into that mindset, and even when you're playing with your boys, even in a free for all, you can lose and you can make a quick mental note like, oh man, I lost here because I tried to parry that, but I was too slow. Stuff like that's gonna work wonders for you, and I think that'll put you on a really good spot, just for getting the leg up on them in the future. And then when
man, I picked up a lot of good things. This is actually the first time I ever, grabbed a coach for any kind of game. So
I'm relieved to hear. I'm hoping
that was
kind of just
that was good.
Gets inside of you, and then you get better and better. And then the ideal thing is like your friends get better, and then you get better, and you guys are always kind of giving each other a good challenge.
Yeah.
And then it gets better. But hopefully you'll just slap them up next time you see them. Do you have any other questions or anything like that you might be curious about?
No, not really. I think I got a good amount to work on. But how often do people like dial up or just schedule sessions with you?
It's preference. I've had people that have done I've had some that did weekly for a bit. They did it for about 2 months. They were doing weekly ones. I was working with them, and they made great progress. They were a tournament goer, as you'd imagine. I've had people do bi-weekly as well. Really, whatever you're comfortable with. I mean, if you want to do something in the future, maybe you want to give it a week or two, see how you do with your boys, see if you find some stuff that you're not really super happy with. We could go through and maybe work on it. But yeah, if my Metafy schedule's pretty open. Thankfully, now that I'm on there, it's really easy to just book stuff. So if you see a time, I mean, if you want to do one later this week because you find a time that's working really well, just hit it, and if I can do that time, I'll do it.
Yeah, man, I was thinking weekly. I'll definitely get another
if you want to get
another spot in there.
Just hit it up. We'll get the time all worked out. Should be good for that, and we can get
Sweet.
it. If you have if you have like ever a one-off question or something, where you're like, oh hey, how do you do this weird tech, or how do you tech this again? Don't be afraid to shoot me a DM on Discord or something. I'm happy to try and help you out in that moment. That doesn't even require like a long-winded explanation, just something quick, all right?
Oh, awesome! Thanks, man. What's your preferred method of being tipped too? Like Patreon or anything, or?
I have a PayPal. I can give you that if you're interested in that. Yeah, one second.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, this is a very. I was on a team. I was on the esports team last year, but obviously COVID and things happen, so always renew contracts. So losing out on that. So this since I moved to Metafy, it's been really nice because it makes things a lot easier. Here, I'll send you the donation link because I do it through my Twitch channel as well. But I do appreciate that so much, man. Thank you.
No, absolutely. This was dope.
There you go. And I will once again. There's the donation link. It'll just send it to my Twitch and stuff there. I will send you the YouTube link whenever the video's up. I would imagine it'll be up by like Friday or something. I got a few other uploads and stuff I got to do. Well, I'll definitely
nice.
When you do it. And any questions or anything, like I said, hit me up. And then if everything goes according to plan, I guess I might see you again next week.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right, man. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. You too.